Hi there. My topic generally quantitative methods, but my special area in education. And because during the pandemic, and I would like to study on how this pandemic affect the students' behaviors, and also how they are gonna get the anxiety, how they are gonna reduce their anxiety during this term, because we already change our education system into online education and how this affects our results. That's why with my colleague, Claire Chua, and we did this research and we applied the research to all students. Of course, to all, not all students actually, and we got their results from the LMF and for this one, but we applied a survey for limited students because of the volunteer application. And my topic here, perception of students on online exams and how sequential exams and the lockdown browser affect students' anxiety and performance. And, oops, why this is not working? Huh, huh. Down. Slides. Here? Okay. Uh, okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. And now I'm going to follow this. Okay. And in my agenda today, and first I'm going to give the instruction and then aim of the research and then data and how we are going to collect our data and then methodology, findings, and conclusion. And in the first part, the introduction part, and online education, we know this is most important in after COVID pandemic. That's why this is affected our system a lot, and some of the schools are ready to convert this system, but some of them are not. But in my school, it's a little bit ready, and we are just in panic and how to deal with this kind of stuffs and how to solve the problems. But we did already, but we don't know how our students how our students that just behave for this one. That's why, and we just researched that one. And actually, online education, there are some disadvantages for this, and because of the flexibility and or accessibility, and some of the students can work and then just attend the lectures online. But on the other hand, and it discuss there is a balance actually, and there are disadvantages of the situation because the students just affected from the exam strategy and how they are going to learn the topic, and because the if this is not the leave lecture and they are going to learn the topics by themselves. That's why, and these are the main problems, and we have to find the balance between advantage and disadvantages. And in this paper, an empirical study was undertaken to examine the students' preferences for the online exams and how the protracting exams impacting on students' anxiety and performance. Our aim actually to do this one, perception of students on online education, and then what are the challenges on online exams, and how the online exams affect students' stress and anxiety, and how does lockdown browser affect students' anxiety? Is there any positive or negative relationship between students' anxiety and performance? And the last one, is there any gender, class standing, and having own room on students' anxiety and performance? And we use this topic and for gender and class standing. And we have that there are many literature related to gender or not the class standing or the performance, but the having own room, we couldn't find any research related to having own room or class standing a lot. Okay, and the data and methodology, and actually we use our learning management system to collect the data about student performance. And we had 2,456 students totally. And I worked at York University as well. And I use I asked all my students to do this to apply the survey and to get that one. And they participated the survey from engineering and business students, and they participated only 313 of them. And during the fall term and winter term of 2020 and 2021. And this data actually examined the student perceptions about the performance and in their relations to factors and gender, how to find their gender and class standing and whether they had their own room or not. And with their permission, and we just get their results, their performance from our LMS system. And data analyzed by chi-square test. This is the simple one actually, because when I study on this and with different methods, the data mining or something, and it takes page and page. That's why we just focus on chi-square test for the differences here. And the first one, the finding and perceptions on online learning. And I just put here only the tables and all together, gender, class, and also the other one, own room, and the grades. And for each questions, and I will discuss this a little bit in detail and in which part they have the differences and they do not have any difference here. And for the first part, and we have 25 items in our analysis, in our survey, we asked them about their perceptions, online education perceptions, and with 4 questions, let's say, and I just selected 4 of them here. And also we continue with the other items and to check their anxiety and online learning and the other kind of stuffs here. And in this part, in the first part, and think about their perceptions of online learning. Actually, we did this one in detail with another research before, and we saw that, and we had another paper, and that we are going to compare the results about perception of online learning. And now, for this one, we saw that I prefer doing online project by myself. You see that in gender, there is no gender differences and there is no class differences, class standing differences. Only differences, we saw that statistics and mathematics are very hard to learn in an online class here and about with respect to gender. And in gender case, you see that and the 57.5% of the students, I mean male students, are agree, and the only 45.2% of female students just agree on that. And the similar differences that we have here in the class standing, I prefer doing online project by myself, by self. And this one, first year students, 55.1%. But when you look at that one, this is the fourth year students, 70.6%. they would like to do their assignment or homework by themselves because the online just connection system and they have problems in the if the fourth year students in the future I mean they are repeating the course or they are taking the course later in that case and they have no connection with the classmates. That's why and they would like to do this by themselves in that way. And the other one, the statistics and maths are very hard to learn in an online education. You see that fourth-year students, they don't care about this actually because 35%, 3%, 35.3%. But on the other hand, first-year students, 56.9%. And they are, I mean, this is a problem for the first-year students. And the similar one, the last part, and you see there is no big difference for the I spend more time to learn the materials on online course, but generally female students much better than the male students here. And in the with respect to class standing, and you see, we are gonna see that, and fourth year students, they don't have, and I mean, their anxiety or their learning ability is less than the first year students, and first year students, and they have more the fair to learn math and the statistics online course. And for the own room, there is no big difference the having own room or not. And but the grades here, there are some points, and only the statistics and maths again, very difficult, very hard to learn in online courses. And in that way, you see that in the class differences. I hope I can show you in that way. Yeah, class differences 40% with grade A, and on the other hand, oops, and the 50% for grade F. You see, if the students just fail and they have 50% fair in their learning math or statistics, on the other hand, the first year student and do not have that much fair in their behavior. And but the D students, you see that, and this is the just the opposite, the F students, and 64.7%. It's very interesting for this condition. And also we have the same differences, similar differences. I prefer doing an online project by myself. And F students, and they don't want to do them, they want to do them their online assignment by themselves because they couldn't find any friend to do the assignment together, and they failed actually, and the others it's 51, and it changed from 51 to 63% here. And the other one, perceptions of online exams. And actually, we have 16 the items in this part. That's why I divided this one into two cases: online exam, perception of online exams, one, and the other one as well. And with respect to gender, class differences, and also having own room and the anxiety case. Again, for online exams, and I cannot show my knowledge when writing an online test. And there is a small difference between male and female students. But on the other hand, the questions are easier for online tests than for in-class tests. You see that here, 20.4% for the first year student, and the second year student 15.1, and the other one third year student 16.7, and fourth year student 35.3 percent. And you see there is a big gap between the second year and the fourth year students here, because the second year students percentage is very low for this case. And the other one, I prefer multiple choice question. Actually, most of the students, when I did this research, and I saw that most of the students would like to get multiple choice questions. And this reflected to our results here as well. 76.6% from male students, 80.8% from female students, you see, and they want to get the multiple choice questions because at least they have, if we have five choices, they have 20% chance for each question. Otherwise, writing all these, and it will be difficult for them because there will be freezing issues and there are the submitting issues, and that's why they would like to get them in online format. And this is same as in class format as well. I mean, with respect to their classes. But first year students mostly prefer multiple choice questions. But on the other hand, fourth year students, only 52.9%, and approximately 53% of these students in the fourth year, and they prefer to get this one in multiple choice questions on the online exams. And the rest of them, we don't have the big differences, and because only the big differences in the classes, and I prefer multiple choice questions on online tests, and also the questions are easier for online tests and for in-class tests here. And these are the differences what we have, but the rest of them, they are gonna be similar. Okay, is it the one same? Okay, let's see. And when we compare them with respect to their own room, and again, we are gonna see some differences between males, I mean, having own room and not having own room. And in this case, the questions are easier, you see, and having own room, they have 21.1%, 20.1%, and on the other hand, the 14.8%, and they don't have their own room. And only differences here can see on the own room. I prefer multiple choice question again. And 83.3%, they all, I mean, most of them agree for that. And with having no room. And on the other hand, 77.6% having own room. And but this shows us mostly they would like to get the questions in online exam, I mean, in multiple choice format. And the last one here, I don't like multiple choice questions with many parts in online test because I will not earn partial credit on marks. This is another issue when they answer their questions, when they when you ask them the short answer questions, and they will get partial credit. But if there is multiple choice question, and they are gonna get zero or full mark. And in that case, and you see that mostly the having own room, and they have 50%. 50% of them like that. And on the other hand, approximately 60% of the students all agree about this one. They would like to get the questions in a short answer format, and actually they would like to get partial credit for this one. And this depends on actually our design of our questions. And let's say when we ask them the math question or stat questions, we can ask them the step by step, and we can give them partial credit on online tests. But it takes time to prepare all these. That's why, and because we were not ready at the beginning, that's why, and we just asked them true or false. I mean, or just select one of the choices. And this is the problem for most of the students later on. Anyhow, for the grades, when we compare them, actually the grade differences I prefer in class test to online test. And there is a big differences here, and because the chi-square result is 0.03 and less than 0.05. So when we compare the grades here, you see F grades, and I mean the students who failed 13.16%, just they agree for that. But on the other hand, for B classes and B grades, and 37.3%. This is the highest one, and it changes in this range. But the most of them, I mean the F grade students, they don't like that. And the other one here, multiple choice questions, they have the same thing, which are selecting multiple choice questions. Again, the mostly F students, and then, oops, sorry, F students, D students, they would like to get, especially D grade students, they would like to get the multiple choice questions. And the others, they are confident for that one. And the own room and the grades, again, continue with this one. And you see, since I don't have the private room for myself, it's very difficult to concentrate when writing the test. And there is a big difference here in this part, having own room or not. And approximately 60% saying no for no not having own room, and only 25%, approximately 26%, having own room, and they agree, they completely agree. It's very difficult to concentrate when writing the test if they don't have this room. And more time should be given. This is another issue for that one. More times, generally, they would like to get more time online test. But because in order to reduce the cheating abilities, cheating, and we have to give them limited time. But they would like to get this one as their in-class exam or in-person exam. That's why this is a problem for them. And 73% that not having having own room, and 64% having not having own room. They agree for this one. This is similar to for the grades. You see that, and the here online tests are more challenging than in-class tests. And this is true for F students mostly, and 36% the just agree for that. And on the other hand, the 24 or 24% or 23%, and they agree for this one. And actually, there is no big difference, but the great differences, preferences will affect the result here. And the last one here, since I don't have private room for myself, it's very difficult to concentrate. Again, there is a differences. I underline them here to see easily, because it's difficult to show this here. It's just gonna change the system directly. That's why. And another one here, stress and anxiety. This is our the third topic, and that check the students' stress and anxiety with respect to gender, class, and the other two items, having own room and the grades. And in that case, with respect to gender, we are going to see that only the differences, big differences, we are going to see here sequential tests. And they are back-to-back questions, and they are not going to see the previous one. And sequential tests increase my stress. There is a difference here between female and male students. And females less 45%, and but male students 60%, approximately 60%, they don't like that one, the sequential test. And the second one here that we are gonna see a little bit difference. I prefer in class test to online test because this increase their stress, and there is a small difference. And also, no going back to previous questions. In online exams, we are not letting students to go back and to see their answers because of the cheating issue. They are using different what and technological devices, let's say Facebook or cloud or something. They are sending, they are taking the picture and posting them, and all of a sudden they take the answers, and then they change their answers if they didn't do correctly. And that's why, to protect this kind of cheating, and we have to just use the system and not to let them to go back to see their answers again. That's why, and this will cause a stress for students in later, because if they want to cheat, of course, this is a big problem for them. And the in class standing, when we check that, and the again preferring online tests, I mean in class tests to online tests, mostly fourth year students they would like to get that. And but the you see the second year students, okay, and third year students, they don't they want this one, the less than the fourth year students, but mostly fourth year students prefer online exams. I mean, in class exams. And the other one, the online education and test increase my mental health problems. You see, this is the main issue for class one, and I mean first year students. Approximately 51% of them, and they have the mental issues because of the COVID, and they increase everybody's life, yeah, in negative way. And the of course the online education and the learning by themselves, and also writing the test online, and this will cause a problem for the first year students more than the fourth year students or the second or third year students here. And again, this a problem for not going back in the previous test, and for male and the female students here. And for when we compare the classes here, you see only the third year students and would like to get more, not go more on this topic, and as 91.7% here. And let's see. And of course, during the exam, and it's not easy to prepare the questions fully correct. And sometimes we are going to make a mistake and the writing A and the writing B instead of that. And this type of mistakes, again, the increased students' anxiety here. And mistakes in test questions increase my stress and anxiety. Sometimes the two questions are the answer, two choices are the same answers, and they are asking us, oh, which one we are gonna do that. And because they don't want to lose their time during the exam, they have limited time. And that's why this is another issue for the students in that case. But this is mostly the problem for the second year students and the third year, and then it follows with the first year, and then fourth year students. And the stress and anxiety, and we have the difference here with respect to own room. Only writing tests in different the time zone increases my stress, and one question per page on an online test increases my stress and anxiety. Actually, this during the COVID term, and some of the international students cannot come to Canada, and they have to follow their education from their home, but with a different time zone. And this will cause a problem, because if our exam in the morning at 8 o'clock, and they have to come to, they have to write the same test maybe in the midnight, and maybe at 4 a.m. And this depends on our scheduled time. And this will cause a problem for them, especially for the international students. And the other one, the per question, I mean, one question per page. And because if we are gonna show all the questions at the same time, and they are gonna return back, and then they just see the questions. That's why we have to put one question in each page. Otherwise, they are gonna post the questions and just reduce the cheating. That's why we have to do that. And but this will cause the reason, and I mean, this will cause the anxiety or stress for the students as well. And the mental health, okay, this is the same issue for the grades again. And also, yeah, not going back to previous question, this will increase their stress, especially for with F students, 90%, 98% again with these students. And they are mostly agree on this one. And you see that. And the last one, proctoring exams. And the proctoring is another issue because to reduce the exam, I mean, cheating, and we have to use technology. And the lockdown browser is one of the proctoring method. And they are not gonna use any internal internet services and any documents on their computers, and the system will record them during the exam, and then they cannot move anywhere else, and surrounding checking and everything. And after that, after the exam, we are just checking the system, and and if there is any flag that the student's behavior not good in that way, we are checking this if there is any cheating issue or something. Even we did this one, our students uh, achieved it. And I don't know, and they found the way and how to do it, and they just while doing staying here and taking the photograph and sending this. But you're not gonna see this, and we are not gonna protect. But anyhow, we reduce it, and we believe that we reduce it. Anyhow, with the gender differences, I prefer to join Zoom with camera instead of lockdown browser during the test. Of course, lockdown browser, and they just put the restriction for everything. They are not going to do anything. But when they are joining the Zoom, and of course, and I ask my students, you have to join the Zoom, and I will record the Zoom, and you're not gonna go somewhere else. If you're gonna go to washroom, you have to tell me and get my permission, blah blah blah. And this will a little bit relaxable when we compare with the lockdown browser. But the students, they don't like that one as well, because they don't, this is our privacy. Why you are watching us? I said that this is kind of in-person exam. If you're writing this in class, you're gonna write this with the invigilators. They are gonna just watch you, and what are you doing? And in that way, they said, okay, okay, and this is reasonable. But again, they all generally, they don't want to get any of them, nor the lockdown browser, neither the Zoom, and they don't want to that. They prefer to write this that they are alone, and this is the way they have to select. And the other one here, I'm very worried about having freezing issues. Okay, okay. Of course, this is the technology, and we are not. This is not on our hand. And they, for internet connection, if they don't have the good connection, and during the exam, and there is a freezing issue, and they are just asking, and they are panicking, and how what I'm gonna do, and how I'm gonna lose my time. And of course, we are gonna give extra time for those students, but they will increase their stress during the test. And this is especially for the first year students. And because they are just the first year students, and anyhow, and the others much more better for them in this way. Okay, and the last one, with respect to own room and grades and lockdown browser reduces my stress. When I ask this question, most of them disagree with that because they don't like that. And because of the privacy issue, I'm sorry, privacy issue. They don't want to check this one if they have any intention to for cheating. And of course, we are gonna protecting this to do that. And that's why. And this is the general habit. They don't like lockdown browser. And what else? And they neither joining the Zoom and with camera or nor lockdown browser during the test. And this is the agreement for all students generally. Okay, the conclusion part. And actually, here the statistical significance that we found between grades and the perceived difficulties of learning statistics and mathematics, because maths and stats it's not easy to learn by themselves, and we have to explain them because it depends on the personality of our students. If they have any tendency to learn the math by themselves, it's okay. But if they have, they need help from their professors or the other person, and of course, it's not easy to learn this, especially statistics. Maths is abstract, and you know 2 plus 2 is 4, but stat is a little bit different. They have to think about the different way that the 2 plus 2 is it 4 or 3. They have to think about that. And that's why there is a big concern about this one here. And the significant majority of both males and females indicated the preference for multiple choice questions. And because this reduced, and at least they have 20% chance, and if they don't know the answer in that way. And gender might have a limited impact on levels of stress and anxiety experiences and during the online test, and the other factors may have a more substantial influence here. And the last part here, and especially in the different grade levels, and this exhibits diverse responses to certain aspects on online exam. This is especially students who received lower grades demonstrate a stronger preference in class tests, and also experience more mental health issues associated with the online test or exams. And this is the case, what we found here. And grade level may play a role in shaping student perceptions and experiences with online exam, but further investigations must be done with the big size of surveys here. And the lockdown browser, of course, this increases their stress and anxiety. They prefer any exam without proctoring or not with Zoom, and because of the privacy issue and also proctoring, because of their stress, they forgot what they know, and that's why they don't prefer any of them here. And the students who receive lower grades express a stronger inclination in person exam, and also regarding freezing issues or technical issues increases their stress. And we have some limitations for this research. The number of questions should be increased about proctoring, and also the other part. And developed anxiety tests should be used for the students, and we only prepare some questions with respect to our previous research, and then they apply this. But actually, if we use developed tests, anxiety tests, and in that way, we will just measure their anxiety level correctly. And for the borderline association require further investigation with large sample size. And we have only 313 students as the participant, the volunteer participant. And but this should be more, and maybe get the other I don't know, other permissions from our school, and to apply this for all students in that way. And of course, this is the conclusion part, the last part exactly. And we have to write the word problems instead of relying multiple choice questions, because while preparing the questions during the online test, and if we write the let's say equation, solve this equation when I say that, and they have there is an app on their phone. When they see that and show this one on their app, and they are gonna see the solution automatically. That's why we change them in wording format. Let's say x squared plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. We have to express this in verbal form. And in that way, they are not going to cheat. But this increases their the anxiety, and they don't like that. And also, we have to allow students to review and revisit previous questions, answer questions. And of course, we have to see some of the ways and to do that. And provide a pilot exam. And of course, we did this before. Before the exams, we posted our pilot test, and that they are going to familiarize the exam format and everything. And this is the for the actual exam, before the actual exam. And communicate the exam format in detail. We posted announcement, and then told them several times in class the format. And they also, if there is any internet issues, and they have to connect our IT service or send us an email, and we can try to solve the problem. I'm sorry. And the last two here, consider incorporating a paired adaptive test. And this means short answer questions and also multiple answer questions, but in that way, step by step. And I saw in the literature, and there are some ways to trying to reduce student anxiety, and in that way, and their performance getting higher in that way. We have to do that. And hybrid education format can be provide valuable insights for comparison. And in that way, and maybe we are going to give the lectures online, and we will give the exams in class, in person. This is another way and to do that. And thank you. And any questions or comments? Thank you. Sorry.